And as I said, we lived in the country, and there was a big barn, like a metal barn with cattle in it.
Hmm.
And one night we were sitting in the garage, his friends were over there, and we were sitting in the garage, and you could hear those cows kicking at the metal in the barn, trying to get
Okay.
out. It was crazy. And we would hear it walking on top and of the house, and we would see it like out and about. It would like look in the windows.
Welcome back to the iJupiter podcast. I'm your host, Tom Franklin. This week, we have on someone very interesting. We have on Miss Jenn Jacobs. She is one of the larger in the upper echelons of the North American Dogman Project. We're going to get into her experiences, why she decided to do it, and all the ins and outs of her job and how you can contact her in reporting sightings in your area. So if you keep finding yourself coming back to the iJupiter, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of the episodes. And down below is all the links if you want to contact me. The best way to do that is through my email at the eyewitness at gmail.com. So with all the business out of the way, let's please welcome to the eye one Miss Jenn Jacobs.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So I got contacted, reached out through the great and wonderful Mr. Al Santariga. He says, I got somebody I'd love you to talk to, and he directed me to you, and now you're here.
I love Al. He's one of my favorite people.
I do. He's fantastic. Just so very New York, like the way he talks. I'm like, is this guy from The Sopranos or what's going on here exactly? He's a great person. Like, there's been situations that came up through the show where someone was like reporting things to me, and I was like, okay, I need to reach out to Al. And it was him, and Daryl Denton, of course, was another one of the great people that I really, really have a lot of respect for. And if he says you need to talk to Jenn, then yes, I'm going to do that. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. And Al I always try to support him. He supports me.
Yeah.
And him, Brian, and I have some silly chats some days.
Oh yeah, I think every little group of friends and think we have that little silly chat behind it we don't tell anybody about. We know the CIA has it, but they, as long as they don't tell my mom, we're gonna be okay. All right, Jenn, let's go ahead and start. Tell people a little bit about yourself, how you got started in this and where they can find you.
So I actually started out ghost hunting. So I founded my team, Eclipse Paranormal. Way back in 2013, I started ghost hunting professionally, in 2011 with another team, left that, started my own. Then I was at a conference in Fort Wayne, Indiana, met Jody Cook, who founded the N.A.D.P, and started researching dogmen, talked to him, listened to him speak at that conference, reached out to him, and that was in 2015, 2016, and I was the Indiana rep for a very long time until last year or the year before. I was promoted to the Midwest Regional Director, which I have 14 states.
Whoa.
Right here in the Midwest I take care of. I have the largest area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any sightings in Kansas? Any sightings in Kansas? Because that's where I lived in the military for a moment.
I can look and see.
Oh, cool. If you want to, you could share it if you're, I know there's, certain confidences and stuff, but if you want to, you can share screens. If you have any pictures or anything, you can share all that with us if you want.
So I just recently took over this new position. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get everything organized here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the background too.
Oh, I tell you.
Kansas.
No. I did put something in the Kansas file the other day.
Oh, so there has to be. Oh, I mean, it's just. I'm interested because I know the landscape there. I was stationed there in Fort Riley, which is basically almost in the center, and I just know it's not a heavily wooded place. So just people always kind of consider when you see cryptids like Bigfoot, Dogman, and others and the like, Wendigos. it's normally near some type of wooded area. So just, I don't know why, just when you said Midwest Kansas, just popped into my brain, a little sidetrack.
Oh, you're good. What
Okay.
branch were you in?
I was in the U.S. Army.
What branch? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
My daughter's is going to through ROTC. She's going to she graduates this year, and she was going to go in the Marines, and
Okay.
now she's decided to go to college and do ROTC and graduate as an officer and
There you
enlist.
go. That's the way. She'll start
So
in as a second lieutenant, and when she's about 8 to 10 years in, she'll reach her captain major area, and then she's good to go. I think it's I was just a regular soldier. I wasn't a grunt. I was a signal guy, if your
oh yeah,
daughter wanted to talk to somebody when we're in some foreign land, I can say, here you go, ma'am, go ahead
I
and talk.
appreciate that.
That's what we did. Yeah, I appreciate what your daughter's doing. It's something got lost. A lot of American spirit got lost somewhere along the way, but I think we're starting to regain a bit of that, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, she wanted to be in the Air Force for a really long time, and then our uncle passed away 2 years ago, and him, his son, a couple of his nephews were all Marines, and when he passed away, she decided to be a Marine.
Yeah, Marines are a whole different thing, man. They would say, "What's the Army stand for?" And I go, "What? Ain't ready for Marines yet." And I was like, "The hell with that! What are you talking about? Just because I don't want to be on the beach, bro? Come on, put me in the green. Put me in the green. I'm happy."
she's looking forward to that journey. I'll say that.
Well, that's
Me,
good, man.
I'm going to miss her, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
it was hard for my mom too. Like letting go, and I would
Mhm.
call back, and I'd have a little tear in my eye, and be like, "Mom, I miss you." And she'd be like, "I miss you too, baby, but you're doing a good thing, and in the end, you will feel that as well." And
Yeah.
we all wish the best for her, and of course, her future endeavors, and she comes home safely for wherever she does go.
Well, thank you. Yeah, she
Yeah.
wants to be a JAG. So
Okay,
she wants to be.
my girlfriend's a lawyer, but here in Mexico, I don't know if that helps any. So if if you need some CI action, I can maybe hook you up.
Yeah, she actually starts college this fall for pre-law.
Fantastic.
So.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the association and what it does.
Oh, I did look for Kansas. I don't have anything there yet.
Okay, okay, Kansas, keep a lookout. You're next
That's
on the
right.
list. All right.
Give us your reports.
Yeah. So how do people do that, for example? Okay, is there like a website they can go to or something
They
like
can
that?
go on the North American Dogman Project website, and I will look it up right now and tell them where to go.
Oh, you can actually show me, and if you can present it, just present your tab, or it says present or invite at the bottom of your screen.
I don't know.
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Oh, I like that. That's professionalism. Just go ahead and present or share, and it says present tab, and then I can grab it and throw it up there. That way people can actually see it.
I don't see that tab.
I'm
not logged in. Does it matter?
I don't think so. I don't normally go in from that side. Okay.
Oh, share screen.
Yeah, share screen. Maybe that's it, or share tab.
That's what it was. Okay. So you get to see my beautiful view of Cedar Point on my background.
Cedar Point, is that in Iowa?
No, it's right on Lake Erie in Ohio.
Okay. All right. I'm from Maryland, but right now I'm in Mexico. So
alrighty, there it is. Okay.
All right. Oh,
Can
cool. Thank you. I will go ahead and grab that. There we go. Ain't that beautiful?
So you just where I have to find it. I'm old. No. I work on this website, and
I just turned 46. Okay, I think we'll be okay.
Well, okay. I just had a dumbass attack. So right, I really did.
We call it a brain fart in the military.
Oh, I call it a dumbass attack. Right there in the middle. If you have anything you want to send to us, we're accepting new members. We've opened membership back up. We are accepting reports. we are accepting. If you need help, let us know. You can reach out with NADP questions. Well, that's not even the right email. That needs updated. So
Okay, well,
I just took this over. So
no
note to
worries,
self.
no worries. But in the meantime, maybe they could contact you in another way, maybe your or
It's
Facebook or something of this nature.
it's NADreports@gmail.com.
NADreports@gmail.com, guys. Go ahead and do that.
NADP reports@gmail.com. And then you can message us from Facebook as
Okay.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And there was for a long time a place where you could report encounters.
Report sighting. There it is. Oh, yeah. But I just seen it at the corner there. It said report sighting. I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Your
NADP reports@gmail.
There you go. NADreports@gmail.com. Oh,
Yep.
awesome. So how does the process go? They put that on there and eventually you reach out to them and if it becomes, if it's, because there are people who like to prank, that of course they exist, sadly.
Yeah.
And then is there like a team that goes out or how does that work?
So you send us your encounters. It's up to you. You can ask for help. Like some people actually email in and say, I have a sighting. They won't leave me alone. Can I get some help? So we will take our team that's in that state and get the contact information, reach out to them, let them know we can come out, set up a date, time, and we'll go out and talk to them, see what we can find.
Okay.
And go from there. Take photos. We have a lot of photos on the website.
Okay.
And go ahead.
A lot of people are interested in, for example, personal encounters. Have you seen this thing? Because I haven't.
I have.
Could you maybe? I'm sorry, let me get you a little bigger again. It's kind of weird. Could you? If you're willing? I know it can be. Well, honestly, Jen, your courage to come forward to even talk to me about this and to tell people to go do it. You doing it as well is an act of courage, and we over here, like I said, we're always very supportive of everybody. And if you're willing to partake, we're willing to listen.
Oh, I don't hide it. People think I'm crazy for ghost hunting too. I'm just just bundle it all in one big bunch.
When we tell people that you're a podcaster and you tell them what you podcast, well, what do you do? And I'm like, oh yeah, cryptids and stuff like that. Like, okay, you're not going to unbox the new shoes. Like, no, it's not what I'm interested in, bro.
No, I can't afford those new shoes. That's one of the kind Nikes. That's $5,000. No.
Can't do that. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I finally got myself a pair of basketball shoes, and I'm happy as can be.
I actually had a neighbor, and this is kind of funny. The neighbor told his kids, and they told my kids because they rode the same bus, your mom doesn't work. She investigates Bigfoot all the time. And my kids started laughing. They're like, if she investigates Bigfoot, she needs a job to afford it. It's not cheap to travel.
Yeah. Uh-huh. They don't know. They don't think that. They think that, if you're a podcaster or even a person who does what you do, it's more than some type of hobby. It's an investment of time, and you do need, supplementary support. And that would be holding a regular job,
Yeah. Like the ghost hunting community says that we work to buy our ghost hunting equipment.
True.
And to rent haunted locations.
True. It's good. Yeah, you got to invest in those K2 meters and the Estes method. You got to have quite a few things on hand to do that.
Yeah, we do have our little toys.
All right, Jen. When did you see the infamous Dogman, and what was it like for you? Walk me into it.
So I was kind of shocked. So when we lived, and Jody actually, I don't even know where to start with this. So when I met Jody in 2015, I found out I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the time. And I lived out north, and there's a road called Till Road. And I lived on the corner of Wallen and Coldwater Road. And the next road up north of Wallen was Till. And Jody was talking about a Dogman sighting out there. And I didn't think anything about it. And I was in and out. I was in my 20s, I was going out, doing this, doing that, and in and out all times of night. Didn't think anything about stuff like that. And then he says there was a sighting on Till Road. That got me interested in it because that's within, like half a mile from where I lived at. And what if this thing saw me while I was going in and out at 2, 3 in the morning, coming home from work at night? And if I had seen something like that, I wouldn't have known what it was. So that got me intrigued. And then we lived off of Cook Road. And that was before my son was born. So it was 2013, 2014, somewhere in there. I had taken my daughter. We were getting ready. I was getting ready to go to work. I was getting ready to drop her off at daycare. And she's lollygagging around, how kids do in the mornings. And I look over at the neighbor's car, and there's something that the only way I can describe it is how a gorilla's rear looks and how they walk on like
Okay.
on their nipples, and their booty sticks up in the air. You could see something round like that over top of the car. And I looked and I was like, oh shit. I told her, I said, get in the car and get in the car now. And then I would hear howls out there as well. And mind you, Cook and Till are very close. It's like Cook Road, Wallen Road, and then Till Road.
Where is this again exactly? Northwest Indiana?
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yep. Northern Indiana. Northeast Ohio.
Fort Wayne.
Yep.
Fort Wayne. Okay.
It's Northeast Indiana. And I saw it there. And I was telling Jody about that. And then my youngest son's dad also saw something out in that area as well. And then when I moved where I'm at now, I'm close to South Bend. I moved about an hour north of Fort Wayne. I'm only about 20 minutes from the Michigan state line. So I'm very, very far north. The area I live in is actually
Wallen Road, Till Road. Okay, I got it. I got it here on the map. Okay.
Yep.
Do you mind if I show where the area was, the first one you saw? Is that okay?
No, that's fine with me.
That's fine? Okay. Okay, I'm figure I asked before I blow up anyone's spot here. Okay. Let's see how I do that. Share screen, I guess. Here we go. Window. Nope. Chrome tab. Google Maps. There we go. Boom. All right. Let's see. There's a pop-up. There we go. Cool. So we have Wallen Road and Till Road right here.
So
right.
I'm trying to see it too. So I'm going to have to look at my map. So if you find Cook Road, that's the road I lived on when I saw it outside our house.
Is it a cross street from Wallen and Till?
If you find Coldwater Road, you'll see I-69.
Okay, I'm looking at 33. That's where I'm looking at.
Okay, I live close to 33 when I saw it. If you're close to 33, that's where I saw it at the house.
Uh-huh.
And then 2 streets north of Cook Road is Till Road. And if you go east, you're going to see State Road 3. And then
Cook Road, yes.
Okay. Now go north.
Okay, I got Cook Road here. Wallen, Till, yeah.
Yep,
Wallen,
there you go.
Till.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Fritz Road.
Yep, all out north.
Okay.
So those 3 roads are in the same
this general area here.
Yep. And it's wooded.
Okay. So it's a couple golf courses. Yes, it is. But
it's
not really wooded. You would think it.
Back then it was.
Yes, I'd imagine. Sure.
So now where the corner of Coldwater and Wallen is, when I lived there, it was a 4-way stop, and now it's a 4-lane road with stoplights, gas stations, all kind of stuff. So it's really changed.
Oh, yeah. So, when you just parts of Baltimore, people go, I remember when I was a kid, this was nothing but fields. and
Yep.
this water tower was here alone in the middle of the field, and now this is toward 30 years ago. Now it's even more. It's just
Oh yeah.
people have children. It happens. Okay, so then you moved and you saw another one.
So I moved, and we moved up here by South Bend, and I had my youngest son in 2015, and we were staying with my mom, and she lives in the country. And I had took him for a walk in his stroller, and when I ghost hunt, you can tell, like, how the hairs on your neck stand up when somebody's watching
Yes, ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So my mom lives in the country, and I thought, who is watching me? So I'm just kind of standing around, like looking around. I don't see anybody. And I start taking pictures. I'm not release the pictures. I won't release the pictures. But I took the pictures, and there was a juvenile in one of my photos. And when I was looking around, I didn't see it. It was sitting by a fence post by a retention pond, and I didn't see it in person, but I saw it in the photos.
Okay. But you got the feeling from it. That's then you connect the two and two together. There's that aha sinking feeling. I mean, could you describe that feeling for people who've never seen one? What is that? Is that sheer terror, or what is that?
I'm weird. so I got welcome, oh my God.
Welcome to the eye. Welcome to the eye, my friend.
I'm just like, I got excited because I was like, oh my God, look at this, and I was like all excited, like, and then I like had another couple of pictures that looked like these bright spots that look like orbs back in like the wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, that's cool, I was like all excited. It didn't really bother me. It looked like a little bear is what it looked like until you zoom in, and then you can see the pointed ears, you can see the snout, and you can see the haunches on it. And
such a strange thing. Such a strange thing.
At the time we had moved up here from Fort Wayne. We were staying with my mom. My oldest son had a room, and then he started telling me he would hear stuff at his window, scratches and knocks.
Shit.
And he would kind of freak out, and we would hear stuff outside and on the roof. And as I said, we lived in the country, and there was a big barn, like a metal barn with cattle in it. Mm-hmm. And one night we were sitting in the garage. His friends were over there, and we were sitting in the garage, and you could hear those cows kicking at the metal in the barn, trying to get out. It was crazy. And we would hear it walking on top of the house, and we would see it like out and about. It would like look in the windows, and it would kind of freak him out. And I remember I was on my way to Waverly Hills, and he called me. He's like, Mom, can you come back home? I said, I'm almost in Kentucky. I can't come home. Why? And he's like, it's outside my window. It's scratching at my window. And
he could see it.
He's seen it. Yeah, he said he saw it. And I looked out the window one night, and I saw one going around my mom's neighbor's garage.
Yeah.
And it was tall enough it almost reached the drain pipe, the drain.
Yeah. If you had to venture a guess, I don't know how long you've been in. You actually told me about 10 years. If you had to venture a guess, I know basically that's what we're doing. No one knows for sure. What would you suppose these things are?
I'm not positive. I know some of them look solid. And my son's dad said it was snowing, and there was a layer of snow when he saw his. It looked up, saw him, turned around, and disappeared. He thinks it went into a portal. And I've heard they come and go out of portals too.
Why does he think that?
So you know how the snow reflects in the moon, or the moon reflects on the snow?
Absolutely.
So it was black, so you would have seen it run across the snow.
Right.
He said it turned around and disappeared. like it went into a portal or into a door and just disappeared.
So
He said,
he's seen it. The dog man seen your father-in-law. I can't remember exactly which one you said.
"Oh,
And
it's my son's dad." Yeah.
oh, okay, sure. I don't even know what that is, but anyhow, in-law. There it is. He's seen it. The thing seen him. It turned around, maybe took a step, and just disappeared.
Yep. It sure did.
What are they? What the hell are they? What are they doing here? You don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out.
And so
There's so many theories on it.
what's
And
the
some look like Anubis.
Anubis? Yeah, Anubis.
And
Or hyenas.
yes.
I've heard this too. Some of them look like I describe it as looks like Ike from Tom and Jerry. I've heard someone describe him that way, but it was a black one and it had blue eyes.
Wow.
That was I can't think of her name right now. It'll come to me in a little while. I also talked to Bruce Brown, who's recently coming out and talking about his experience as a former state trooper, and he ran across a pup in the woods and it had a chewed up tail, and he was actually he thought it was a puppy in the woods, and he was like, "What is this doing out here?" He's out there, gathering ginseng, and he seen that the tooth had a slot that went down into inside the mouth, like it had a retractable area for it to go into. And he's like, "What is this?" He put it down, and it had a chewed off tail, and walked away. And then, as he's going away up the next gully, this one literally saw him, followed him through his car. He had to walk through a hayfield that was cut so he can see everything. He had his, he was armed because it's Tennessee. Got to his car, and this thing actually attacked his car. And followed him home. 18
the puppy
miles.
or the
No, the mom or whatever. The
adult.
He's guessing it's the whatever, a parent of it, and he had to actually chase it off. He wouldn't shoot it, but he would shoot at it to scare it off, and he chased it like miles away from his house. But the things you hear, did you have Martin Grove's encounter, which is famous, or Matt Imch? I don't know how well you know that one, or
I don't know that one.
That's Ohio, but in an industrial area, like in an abandoned industrial area near the railroad tracks.
I've heard they've been seen in Chicago too. Oh, yes. Is it in Defiance? The one in Defiance?
No, this one, I'd have to look that one up. This is like Dayton, Ohio, or something like that.
Jody probably knows about that one. He lives down that way.
He probably does. Well, you have to give me, maybe if you get a chance, you can give me in contact with Jody. That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes. I'm going to put you on the spot, but Jody, I'm looking for you, buddy. I'm looking for you.
I was going to give you his information anyways.
Sure, that's great. I would love it. Decides or not, that's up to that person. But sure, the one I did that. That's not very bright of me. But
it's all good. He does do interviews. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. In any case, so what was the idea behind setting up an organization for this, so that people can step forward to protect humans? Because I'm guessing
that's a Jody question.
Oh, okay, damn. I went, all right.
Yep, that's a Jody question. I know he's researched UFOs. He's researched Bigfoot. I can't get him to go ghost hunt with me though. He's like, nope, I'm good. I'm not touching that subject.
He has no problem with the Dogman, but he has problem with the. He'll go out looking for Dogman, but not that.
Exactly.
I'm reverse. I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I give
him a hard time about it.
But because I'm
like,
know, man.
I'm like, you go investigate all this cryptid stuff.
I mean, doesn't he know about the LBL massacre?
Yeah,
that's kind of a reverse psychology on me, because I've had poltergeist encounters. I've seen lights in the middle of the jungle here in I know you don't know the show, but I've talked about it many times. So if this is someone's hearing this again, sorry guys, but I've seen 2 times a light, like a white bluish light, in the middle of nowhere in Mexico, in the jungle. I bought property in the middle of nowhere after COVID. And so you see like this white bluish light where it looks like someone shining like a flashlight through an aquarium, and it's on the wall, but it's circular and it's kind of moving. And then when I go to look for where it's coming from, I'm like, like someone's in there messing with me, like the source. like a flashlight, nothing. Heard a voice behind me. Was it eventually stopped and went to bed. Second time close to me, instead of on the ceiling, it was on the wall. I hear the voice behind me again, but further away. And it's not, this is Mayan country, Ishtabai, Alushas. Yeah, this is, so the Ishtabai is like the Bell Witch of the Yucatan Peninsula, to give people some type of context. It's a very like kind of Appalachian, you know, how where the witches come and take the men or the little kids away and they're lost. That's what the Ishtabai is here. And so, yeah, I've heard disembodied voices. I've had rocks thrown at me here. There's also, there seems to be that, I don't know if Dogman has found its way down here, but
they're all
I've
over.
seen reports on Facebook where the person's like, I can't describe what I saw, but this is the best representation of what I saw. And I saw a Dogman. So I then reposted it. People go, that's not real. That's AI. I'm like, I know. He said, if you guys don't speak Spanish, he's saying it represents what I saw. And and then in Spanish, you see underneath it, I see one near the power plant, which is not that far from here. It's in between my property and the city. So it seems to be a thing. Not Bigfoot so much. You don't hear that one, but Dogman, witches, ghost, and Alushas, which are like a little cherub, very common, like a little cherub entity, kind of made by Mayans to protect the corn. And there's like a 7-day ritual with blood and corn. And on the 7th day, it disappears. And they always protect the property, and they're still here, even though people or modern society has taken root. So, but not Dogman. So if you say to me, hey, do you want to go out and look for dog? I'll be like, no, Bigfoot. Oh, sure. I'll go. All right. And I've heard bluff charges. They're huge. They can be scary. They can mess with you, make you feel sick. But Dogman, I have a lot of respect for that dude or chick or lady or whoever.
I've seen a Bigfoot too. It all happened around the same time.
All right. What's that? What was that like?
I'm surprised I didn't get rear-ended. That's
oh, you slammed on the brakes.
Yes, it walked out in front of me. So, yeah, I was driving to work one day, and it all happened when I was staying over in the country. Like, I live closer to town now. I've lived here for almost 2 years, and I still have stuff to tell you about over there. What happened to us?
Let's go, man. I'm here for it.
So I took a country road, you know, to go into town, and because I lived in Amish country at the time, so but I was driving to work, and there's a church, and then a county road, and then a house, and it went down a little hill, and you come back up, and I was headed towards town, and so on the right is a wooded area with a really nice house in it, a little pond, and on the left is cornfields at the time. And I see that something really tall walk out in front of me, and I was at the bottom of that hill.
Right.
And that road is busy. Like, this is the RV capital of the world. Okay. So they're hauling RV campers, trailers, frames back and forth to all these plants around here. And so it's a really busy road. They actually had to widen it. It's so busy. But at the time, it wasn't widened. And so the dip was still there. And I stopped right at the bottom because this thing walked out from those woods where that house is. And there was not a yield sign, but like a street sign, like railroad crossing sign, because there's a railroad right there. So, you know, those are pretty tall.
Yeah.
And I thought, why the hell is that guy dressed all in rust-colored clothes with a white cap on? And it got to that sign, and it was as tall as that sign, walked into the cornfield on my left. And I stopped right where it walked in. I dead stopped and started looking, and it had disappeared that quick. I thought,
what the white cap? What about the white cap? What do you mean white cap?
It looked like a white baseball cap. It was only white, like right through here.
Oh, like the hair.
Yes, right on top.
Oh, that's
I thought it was a baseball cap.
Okay.
And it was all rust colored except for that.
Okay.
And I was just like, why are they all in one color except for that cap? And then it hit me. when I saw how tall it was. I'm
And then
just glad I
it
didn't get
disappeared.
rear-ended.
You slammed on the brakes, you looked to your left, and it just kind of ran or whatever it was doing.
It walked into that cornfield and was gone. Like it was like October. It was around my
Okay.
mom's birthday in October.
And so leaves were
And
turning colors that haven't fallen quite yet.
Mhm.
Or they
Yep.
started to
And
fall.
the corn was still drying.
Okay.
They hadn't harvested the corn yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can walk 2 feet in there and you'll disappear
Yeah.
into a cornfield.
That's what people think. It seems like there's also like these cases of them following people home. Have you had that in your reporting?
It happened.
Yeah, I know it happens. What do you mean by that, Jen? You and your cryptid way of talking. Go ahead,
I know,
tell
right?
me. Yeah,
So,
I know, right?
so after it was when we were staying with my mom and that stuff happened with my son, I was actually driving home from a ghost hunt one night, and he called me like, "Mom, I'm hearing noises. Be careful when you get out of the car." And they talk about mind speak. Do you know? Have you heard of that?
Of course,
Has
yes,
anybody
ma'am.
mentioned?
Yes, I have,
Okay,
Jen. Mm-hmm.
perfect. I'm glad. So I'm almost to the house, and I'm maybe a half mile away. And like I'm just like talking to myself, this has never happened before. I never had it happen after, not even when I ghost hunt. So I'm like, please just leave. And I don't know where it came from, but just like us having a conversation, I cut you off or you cut me off. It said, it's not us.
It's not us. What does that mean? What did you interpret that to mean?
And then when I got home, you started hearing these big loud thumps outside and you could feel the house moving. So I don't know. I
It's
have
not
no idea.
us.
Do what?
No, I'm just reiterating what you heard in your
Yeah,
head.
it was just like a conversation, like somebody cuts you off in mid-conversation or mid-sentence. It
Yeah.
was like, it's not us. I've never had anything like that happen before or since.
I've heard this. Like there was a gentleman one time. He's up in northern Minnesota. He's actually had Monster Quest guy go up to his house. Can't think of his name. Can't think of his name right now. But his name is Randy Bauer. And he was like, "Oh yeah, one time I decided to not go down the power line, and I went this way. And as I'm walking, like, what are you?" And they were like, and it stopped, and his whole body felt it. It was like, "Well, I want to tell you what we're not. We're not." This, we're that, we come from another dimension and we don't live here. And he's like, okay. And he's getting incredible, like, where he's saying that the smell, they actually put it in your mind. It was Doug Highcheck was with him. That's the guy from Monster Quest.
Yeah.
And Doug collaborated this reporting. You mean you're gonna be good friends? I like that kind of stuff. you just tickled my tizzle there. I like that kind of like wordplay. And he said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I'm seeing him out here." And so it was him, like his producer and Doug Highcheck, and they were like, "Yeah," because Randy's a singer, he's a country music singer. He goes, "Just sing." He would sing, and then he would stop, and the two guys, Doug and this guy, would be like, "Oh my God, what is that? It just this rancid smell."
Oh wow.
And Randy was like, "I don't smell anything. What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Okay, sing again." They did it 4 times. It happened 4 separate times. And he goes, "Tom, I didn't smell nothing." Doug said it was so disgusting that I gagged, basically, and he's just like, how could it be that he's not getting it, but I am getting it, or the other way around? And he thinks they can just project whatever they want to into your head. And I don't know what that means.
Well, that's the same with ghost hunting. We went to Brushy Mountain Penitentiary a couple of years ago. There was probably 11 of us in the visitation room. And my friend Bianca was in front of us. She's a psychic medium. And the gal that I investigate and travel with, Becky, and I were walking and talking. And we heard, "Hello." I looked at Becky. She looked at me. Bianca looked at us. And she's like, we all were like, "Did you hear that?" No one else except the 3 of us heard that. and it was just like echoed. We were the only
So
three in
loud.
that room.
So loud.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I radioed the other gal and I was like, I asked her, I said, Devin, I said, did you come in the building? She's like, no, we're in solitary, which is a completely separate building on that
Yeah.
property.
Right.
She said, no, we're in solitary. Why? And I said, somebody just said hello. We thought it was you letting us know you were coming in. But out of all those people in that room, we were the only three that heard it.
That's very strange. I've also heard of experiences where I'm going to give my buddy Mr. Moore. What the hell's his name?
And Becky got shanked there too.
Gerhard, Tim Gerhard, North Ohio Bigfoot researchers, where he was there, and I think it was either his wife Renee or him told me that there was 7 of them there, like 3 guys and 4 girls, or 8 of them there, 4 and 4, and they saw the Bigfoot or the forest person. You know, I speak to Native Americans too about the subject, like medicine women, like real, like they still carry bags and they talk to them and like real awesome information.
Cool. Yeah,
very. I don't know why I have no idea why they trust me, but it's very cool. And thank you guys very much. You know who I'm talking about. And he was saying like this happened to him. He got sick and all the males got sick, but not the women. Only the males got sick. Happens. You've heard it? Really? You're I like that you kind of hold back the information and parse it like in little waves.
Yeah, I've heard different things like that.
Wow. All right. You were saying I didn't tell you about all the things that happened before we moved here. What else you got to tell me?
So about that, say Xander's on his PlayStation. So if you hear somebody, they're not really being tortured. He's playing his game. So
was it Xander? Zander?
Xander.
Okay, because in German, I speak German. I lived in Germany 20 years. Zander is another word for pike or fish. Yeah, pike, like a fish. Like a northern pike. Yeah. It's a type of fish.
There's days he doesn't like to shower, so we can call him that.
He's a boy. I have a girl who's 9, okay? And she doesn't like to brush her hair all the time. And I go, you need to brush your damn hair.
I tell him, you need to wash your ass.
My dad kicked my butt. I would go in, right, to the shower. I'd come back out. He goes, let me see you. Come here. Look behind my ears. Get your ass back. I was a kid. We're boys.
It's a boy thing at that age. His brother was the same way. But now his brother takes like 2 and 3 showers a day.
Oh, he's in that age. Yeah, we all know how that goes. Yeah, we understand.
So when all this stuff was happening with I happened to see the Bigfoot that same fall. I only saw it once, never seen it again. But one summer I had found the walnut shells, the crumbly walnut shells. Yeah. I had a pile on my back deck like an offering. So I don't know who that was from. One winter I had started my car and it was pouring the snow and I had footprints. I don't know what I did with that picture. I'll have to find it. But there was just a couple footprints right in front of my car where the headlights shone. And there was no more footprints. Like it looked like somebody's bare foot had stood there. And I almost walked on them and I took pictures.
So you're saying just 2 footprints in front of your car and that's it?
Just a couple of them. And I don't know where they came from. I'm just like
in the snow.
Yep. Yeah. And of course, my kids are like, Mom, did you see those? My daughter did. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, look at the ground.
trying to play cool, Mom.
And I was like, oh my God. And I took pictures of them. I don't know what I did with that. I'd have to find it. It's been years ago. It's been probably 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
And I almost stepped on them. If she hadn't have told me they were there, I would have stepped on them. But it was just in that one area. There was none coming down the deck. There was none coming through the yard. And you're going to see them if it's snow.
Right, of course.
So were they in the trees and dropped down and then went back up?
Randy Bauer says they're interdimensional. He says they're interdimensional. There's been times where he'll find a set of tracks just starts and they'll just go and he'll follow them and then it'll just end. And he's just like, what happened there? And he's like, well, they told me what they're not, but when I told him what they're not, they also said that they kind of are interdimensional. So he thinks they just kind of poof into, like, you know, like you mentioned earlier, Jen,
I can see it.
portals, into
Yep.
portals. It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
did I did tell one of the guys that ghost hunts, he speaks at conferences. I was like, when did you start researching cryptids? He goes, this is my first investigation. I said, okay, you need to make sure that you have plenty of batteries, a flashlight. I
There's
said,
always
and make sure you keep an eye in the trees. And he goes, what do you mean in the trees? I said, oh, if you're going out looking for Bigfoot or dogmen, I said, they will climb trees and be up there waiting on you. He's like, oh, shit. He goes, he's just like, okay.
so so people, so I'd imagine that, you know, speaking with the, you know, with the head, I can't remember the name right now. You mentioned a couple times, but names are just, you know, when you do this
Jody.
for 2 years, Jody, that are the numbers of cases or the number of reports increasing?
So I'm going to say yes, because I just took over a position. The person that was doing it before, that handled the website and the email, wasn't always passing along the membership applications to us to reach out, wasn't passing along the reports. I had almost 200 emails to go through. I'm saying this because if you were one of those people, I'm just now getting to them. I have emails that he did not contact anybody going back to 2023.
Damn.
And I am reaching out to those people now, and they're like, yes, I still want to speak to somebody. I want to share my experience. I've had more. So yeah, I'm taking care of that. That's why I say I feel like they're increasing, because we're learning about them now. And I do think as people talk more about it, the more comes out.
Mm-hmm. Would you, I mean, I know you just started, and I know you've known Jody for 10 years now. Would you say, is there any type of, would you give anybody type of, okay, bye, any kind of advice on how to stay safe? Because we do hear of really unfortunate incidences that, you know, that, you know, coroner's office will chalk up to something else, but we all kind of know. What kind of advice would you give people for safety?
So we always travel in at least twos.
Okay.
So don't go into the woods by yourself. If they see a gun, usually they consider that as aggression. If you do see one, really don't turn your back on it. Now, the ones that we encountered did not bother us. They were actually kind of like protectors in a way. They weren't like, you know how people are like, oh, they're so aggressive. They sit there and they growl at us and they try to terrorize us. Ours never did. I can say that. Ours never did. They were more curious about what the kids were doing and about us.
What?
Yeah, they were.
Who's we, and what are you referring to?
Oh, my son that kept having the encounters. My mom thought we were full of crap. And my daughter actually called me. She switched bedrooms with him. Like, we had moved out and she was staying at my mom's, and she was in his old bedroom, and she called me. She goes, Mom, there's something outside the window. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, I heard something knock on the window and scratch at it. She goes, and then I heard heavy breathing.
Oh my God, dude.
I said, just tell it. I said her brother's name. I said, tell him he's not here. He's not in this room anymore, to please leave you alone. She said it. And you know, they never bothered her again.
There is something to it, isn't there? There's something to that. When I heard those voices, it's weird. No, it's not crazy. I'm not even a Christian person, okay? But I do know that the power of Jesus Christ, for some reason, for whatever reason that is, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the Christian will say because it's, you know, it's God. But for me, being a person who doesn't have that faith, says like, okay, I have to admit to the fact that that's something. And I learned about it, and I said, okay, in the name of Jesus, I don't want you here no more. So there's something to acknowledging that they're there, saying it out loud, or even in your own mind, because because I already knew about the mind speak stuff.
Yep.
Like, okay, I know you're here. I know what you're doing. You're inquisitive as to what I'm doing here. Okay.
I,
I don't want you to hurt my family. I don't want you to do anything negative here. You're allowed to stay if you want, but in the name of Jesus, we are then therefore protected, and we don't want any problems. If anything, I'm here to make the land better. And then it went away.
and I did say multiple times, I will not release the photo I have, and I
Okay.
won't. I don't even know where it's at in my phone.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just, I don't
You have
even
a photo of it,
of that juvenile,
right?
and I won't release it. I've had people ask me to release. I'm like, nope.
No. I think I never want to force anyone to do anything they don't want to do.
No, I'm just saying. People are like, well, why don't you release
No,
it?
no.
I'm like,
I don't mean you in particular, but I mean in you know what I mean. I will put feelers out. I'll say to somebody, "Hey, I'm interested in your situation. Would you like to come on and talk?" And they're like, "Nah, man, I can't do that." Okay, whatever you want, I'm here. And there's people like, "Yeah, dude, I love it. I've seen your show. I want to talk to you." So that's what the show is. It's just a place, just like what NADP does is what I do, but on a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a collector of things that people get drawn to and then redistribute it. That's all it is. And if you try to force somebody that's what everyone should be doing. A lot of people think it's a red carpet affair. I despise that shit. Not that I'm in America. I wouldn't want to go to a conference. I would only go there to meet like friends of mine who are also like running a booth, but like to be there to talk about it. I don't know anything about this, or to, you know what I mean, or to charge for to have someone to speak with me. There's people who do that, and I think that is so odd. When at the end of the day, it's about Team Human and protecting our families. And that means, because your son could be my son.
Yeah.
And my daughter could be your daughter. And more people think that way, the better off we're going to be in this world. But no one wants to do that. It's all about self-interest and, putting the wall up. But that's so to force someone to do that is just as bad as being a red carpet affair cryptid person, which is ridiculous to me. It really is. I don't know how to say it another way.
I understand exactly what you're talking about.
We don't we? There are certain individuals, names not to be mentioned, because they have fucking they have a whole flocks of us.
They do. It's
dude, they do. It's like the mafia. It's like the cryptid mafia.
The cryptid mafia. My friend actually has a team called the Haunted Mafia.
Well, that's a different thing. It's like, because all the words you could get, we have, I got your Eclipse Paranormal, there's Elk Paranormal, there's Twin Paranormal, which is, whatever they are. Yeah. So after a while, you have to come up with a name. So why not the Paranormal Mafia or whatever? It's to catch the attention. Mm-hmm. Which is what I did too.
She's another one you need to talk to. Her
sure.
Larissa.
We'll have her reach out to me. I'll talk to her. I love paranormal investigators. I love it.
So I want to share with you what else happened that summer.
Go for it.
I mean, it was a whole summer thing.
Did you say her name was Larissa?
Larissa? Yeah. It's Laurissa. Larissa Mary Rex.
Mary, 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 or like Merry Christmas?
Okay, Mary.
Rex?
R-E-X.
And I can find her like on Facebook or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure.
You can go to my friends list and find her.
Okay, that's perfect.
I
will reach out to her. I would love to hear what she has to say.
So the summer that we had this happen at my mom's house, I got to talk to my cousin, and they used to live in town, and they were coming down by the railroad tracks in the little town I lived at. And he was telling me something was running alongside their car that had red eyes and was taller than their Jeep. That same summer.
I gotta talk to this show.
And then my friend was telling me, she loves the spooky stuff. She was telling me she works second shift. So, get off at 10:30, 11:30 at night, driving home. She came down that back way right beside the same railroad tracks because she lives just like 2 blocks away from there. And it's wooded out by her house. And like I said, we lived in Amish country, very small town, population, maybe 1,000 people at the most. And that includes cats, dogs, birds, and lizards. And, and there was like close to her house was a little patch of woods. And she said she had turned down that road by the railroad tracks that comes into town.
Okay.
And she said there was something in the middle of the road. She said it was on two legs, saw her headlights, dropped down on all four, and took off running. She said, it ran to the woods. I said, so the woods are by your house? And she's like, oh, shit, I didn't think about that.
Oh, that's the thing. People are always looking for like Hollywood stuff. Like people are, oh, I love the Conjuring franchise. I think it's awful. I do not like the Conjuring movies. I've watched them and I think whatever, Lorraine and those guys, they're wonderful people, whatever. But the movies, I don't like them. Give me the original Exorcist. Give me the original Halloween. Give me Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The original.
These are horror movies. But like, if you want to go real horror, it's like these stories that, like, I can't even imagine what the Amish people would say. They would never say anything.
I so want to talk to them and get their encounters, but I just don't know how to get a hold of any of them because they can't,
They don't. Yeah, as they choose not to. And we had here in Mexico, we have the Mennonites, which is basically
we have Mennonites here too.
Yeah, they're like, I remember coming here. I went to the Walmart and seen this big tall white dude in a fucking cowboy hat. I'm a big tall white dude minus the cowboy hat, and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? He was just like, and then some like Mexican person was like, oh, that's a Mennonite. They don't really speak to people, and they can only speak German, or they don't speak English. So I speak German, right? So I went back to him and started speaking German to him, and realized that I speak like the high German that you speak in Germany, and they speak like some old shit that you're like, what is that? And it's kind of like Schweizerdeutsch, which is like a Swiss dialect, or Plattdeutsch, which is like flat German.
They call them so Dutch here.
Yes, which is okay. For example, the Pennsylvania Dutch. The reason they're called the Dutch is they're not Dutch. It's actually the Pennsylvania Deutsch, and Deutsch means German, because Germany is Deutschland in German. So they couldn't pronounce it. They switched it to Dutch, but it's actually the Pennsylvania Deutsch. Just to give you a little, it's weird. What do we do?
I have you a little Amish tidbit here.
Okay.
So where I live at, it's like surrounded lots of Amish.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I used to work for I don't know how to say this, an inpatient facility. We'll put it that way. And it's Mennonite based. And one of the guys was telling me that, and I don't know how true this is, so don't sue me for saying this. Okay. One of the guys I worked with said at one point here in Indiana, there was so much, I don't want to say inbreeding, but there was coming up so many
kids on the spectrum.
Yes. Okay. And stuff that they had to quote unquote ship women from Pennsylvania to Indiana and send people out to Pennsylvania. They had to exchange and get some new blood in here.
Yeah, that's if you look at the whole monarchies of Europe, for example, they're all German based.
Oh yeah,
all of them are German based. So even the House of Windsor, or even before the Bolshevik revolution of the 1917, when they killed the Romanov family, the Romanovs were also German bloodlines. So even places in the Middle East now, I'm not trying to make anyone feel crappy, but it's just true. Their IQs are lower than most of the world or the rest of the world because they have, first cousin marriages. So when you have an insular culture, that's not necessarily always a good thing, especially when it comes to genetics.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I was really shocked here. I hadn't really thought about that until he said something. And I was like, oh, well, that would make sense. Made a lot of sense.
But I would just wonder, could you imagine the stories that are passed down when the first settlers came here, right? Because, if you go into Native American tribes, right, they all have stories of dogman, and mostly Bigfoot. There is some dogman too. They call them, Yinadalushi, which is you can't say that word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The walker of whatever.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker. There we go. I had to be clever, and I was able to pull it out. I just imagine, going across on the wagon train, and then generation you're moving through Tennessee, you're moving into the Midwest. The things they saw, the things when there was more population of them, most likely, and less of us,
Oh, yeah.
and then the wildness of the American frontier. I would just love to be able to get into that wealth of knowledge. I just don't know how you would even begin.
I wish before my grandparents had passed away, I knew then what I know now. Because that's
a Toby Keith song, isn't it? Oh, it's the other way around.
Something like that. But my mom's from West Virginia. My dad is from Kentucky, and my grandma, my paternal grandparents still lived in Kentucky when they passed away. And my maternal ones moved to Indiana, like in 62. My aunt was 10. So they've been here quite a while. But my grandma would always tell me, you better get in the house before the booger man or the booger gets you at night. And I thought, oh my God, she's scaring me about the devil. And as I got older, I'm like, oh shit, she was talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The booger.
The booger, yes. The wood booger.
Yes.
Many words for them. Yes.
I did not know that. And that's why I'm like, oh, I wish I would have known back then what I know now. And I could have asked her so many questions.
I mean, your son has seen these things, right? So he's, you know what I mean? But the kids nowadays we were so much more innocent in a sense because we didn't have that view that the internet opened up to us, that portal, for lack of a better word. And imagine, you and I, when we were as kids, they would say, oh yeah, go into the house because the wood booger will get you. And we're like, what are you talking about? And you kind of took it silly. But it also, the boogeyman is what we called him. All right. We also have one called the bunny man. The bunny man. That's a whole like I don't know if it's from where it's originally from. I think it's from the DC area. I'm from Baltimore, and it kind of and I was like, who is that? So it's like a crazy serial type. What I was explaining to me is serial killer type who wears an old bunny suit who lived down by the railroad tracks. But I think it's something else, and I'm going to look into it. We also have the monster of Sykesville, which is probably like a werewolf type thing. These stories that have been passed down through us that are in folklore are now coming to life through the power of the internet, and more people are stepping forward. And organizations like yours and many others who are good, accredited. There's some are not as good as they could be, but we always try to improve ourselves. Even the government is not perfect, right? Of course. No problem here with understanding that. And I think that what you guys are doing is necessary, because the more eyewitness testimony that we can get, the more evidence we can collect, any type of physical, any of those kind of things, in the end, help save lives. And I think what you're doing, Jen, and I think they picked the right person to represent the Midwest region. You seem to be you have a good sense of humor. You seem to have a very good moral stance about you. You're a family person. Your daughter's going into the military, so that's all I need to know to know that you're the right person for me. So one more time, Jen, first of all, thank you so very much for coming on and talk with me.
Well, thank you.
And one more time, where can people reach out and contact you guys if they've had a sighting?
So it's the North American Dogman Project.com. You can message me on Facebook. You can message any of the chapters. You can email us at NADP reports@gmail.com. I will actually be speaking at conferences this year. And I am holding 2 conferences myself. Yeah. It's incredible. It is. I cannot believe that we have to go on shows I can't believe that you have to go on a show like mine to talk about the experiences that you had. This should be on front page news everywhere. I enjoy it. It's fun. Like I get to meet people like you that have a great sense of humor. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a comic. I've been doing it for a very long time. I've done it in 3 languages. I'm just not as good as in the other 2 as I am in English, but it's been natural to me. Being a frontman for a metal band many years, all
Oh,
those
okay.
all those things kind of lent itself to my ability to interview people, and then 2.5 years of experience of doing it has made it better for me as well. And yeah, it's been really fun talking to you. It's been enlightening. Thank you for coming forward, and thank you for helping us out and help being a portal, or not a portal, we keep using that word, but being a hub where people can come to and not thinking that they're crazy for what they saw.
And I
You know?
mean, I don't judge anybody because I have crazy experiences both in like haunted locations and, you know, the cryptid field. I've seen stuff. I've even seen an elemental. That was the first thing I saw when I was 4.
Okay.
And last summer, Becky and I were at 2 different locations and encountered elementals. And I was so thankful she saw the second one because I was like, what is that? And like it disappeared. And then she looked and she goes, did it have really long looking arms? I said, oh my God, yes. And she's like, it's an elemental.
Long arms and okay.
It was
You know
a
what?
wood elemental.
Huh? Long
There's
arms.
elementals. There's fire, water, earth, and oh, I forget the other one. Fire, water, earth, and air.
Yeah, sky. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Air elemental.
Mhm.
Yes, isn't it interesting that also lines up with like the astrological signs and the
Mhm.
water and all that? There's some this people want to think, you know, because science has failed us in many ways. It's good in other ways, but it's now been institutionalized to be like the new religion. And it
Yep.
is, if you have the answers they want, then you get the funding. We know that. But there's these old things of the past, whether it be alchemy or whether it be astrology, that still connect us with, you know, when we used to look up and see
Oh,
the
yeah.
stars at night. I want to see the Grand Canyon, man. Dude, you know what's way better than that? Going to where there's no light pollution and looking up.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. And that's why, you know, that's my thing, man. I love all the eye of Jupiter, all that, like, you know, the wonderment of the universe, looking upon it, the gravity of it, that big red
Mhm.
spot, and like that's kind of, I want to invoke people's the childlike wonder. I don't want to scare them. It's just that some of the stories that I do get are scary. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah, there are. We get those too.
Yeah.
And
Poor
you
people.
just have
Yeah.
to help them.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
My
Yeah.
youngest son that was down here, his favorite planet's Jupiter too.
All
And
right.
and he actually says he's going to go in the Space Force and he's going to be a NASA engineer. And I was like, so if you go in the Space Force and get clearance, I said, you need to tell your mom what's going on. I said, don't forget about me.
You know what's weird? You know that Jupiter's there, right? But it's a whole different thing when you actually buy a telescope and look through
Mhm.
it and see it. Because I've seen it. I've
Oh,
seen
have you?
Saturn, of course, Saturn. I've seen Mars, Jupiter, and the Andromeda Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I was like,
You
I
know,
want to see it.
he
It's
would love to talk to you about that.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be
Last
fun. Yeah.
last year in school they were studying the planets and his teacher, like, he was comment here and there, and his teacher actually asked him to help her teach the other kids about the planets. And
That's my kid too. She really loves it.
and and he just turned 10, so he was what, 9, 8, 9? Yep.
That's what people don't realize, being a mom or a single dad like myself, is that you have to you have to follow their interest and then sprinkle in the math and the reading and the
Yep.
comprehension, and not teach them what to think, but how to think, and
Yep.
invoke that wonder about mystery in the universe that is still here, guys. Magic is real, bro. Be careful. Be
And
careful. Don't play with Ouija boards. Maybe you
all
do,
my
Jen.
kids know that.
Oh,
All my
okay. You're one.
kids do.
Okay, we and you are definitely friends because
Yep, they're like my oldest son, his friend drew a Ouija board on a piece of paper and sent him a picture of it. And he's like, no. He goes, you need to tear that up now. He's
mhm,
like, I'm not dealing with it.
and erase the picture on your phone, all that stuff, man. Because
Mhm.
that
Yep.
stuff, and never take anything with you from a haunted location. These are
Oh
all the
my
things
God.
you need to know. Don't do that. People are just so silly. They want to go to, you know, they want to go to where the Bell Witch is, where I can't remember, in Madison
Oh.
County or something like that. And they go there and they're like, hey, I'll just take a rock from here. Dude, what is
Nope.
wrong with you? I don't even want dirt on my shoes. When I leave, I want to spray them off with a garden hose. You know, it's just, no.
I told the one guy I work with that I sit by, he's going to Hawaii. Him and his wife went to Hawaii this weekend. And as soon as I heard that, I looked at him and I said, and do not take anything from that volcano with you. And he goes, he looked at me really funny. He goes,
So
okay.
funny.
I said, no, I'm being serious. I said, do not, I don't remember, what is it, Kilauea?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, don't take anything from the volcano in Hawaii. I said, because you will have bad luck and you will end up mailing it back like a bunch of other people have.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I just want to be in a position in life where I get to say that sentence to somebody. Don't bring anything back from the volcano with you.
that was my first. Is that bad? That was my first thought. Instead of enjoy your trip.
Good trip.
Trip is don't bring anything back with the volcano.
No, I mean, honestly, maybe for the, I guess, quote unquote normie, yeah, but for you and I and others like us, we're like, no, that is the sweetest thing you could say.
I said, don't take any rocks.
Oh man, oh yeah, that's a great way to end the show, Jen. Let's keep in contact, and this has been great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so very much for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, guys.
People
I
need
hope
to
you
come
enjoyed
visit
that. Well, if you pay for the ticket, I'll fly. I gotta get my pass. I got a lot of things to do. I had to start life over again. That's another day. Anyhow, we are
That's a whole other show.
Yeah, well, that's Tom's feelings. That's a different show. We are the Eye. We are aware. Love you all, and have a wonderful day.